You ever feel like you get your voice good and warmed up by doing sirens or other methods to work different parts of your range and resonances, and then when you go to start singing a song that's high in particular, you still tense all up and your voice gets really tired and you don't really know what's going on? Really what I'm going to be addressing is how to sing high, particularly high phrases, without tensing up. Now, for this stuff to work, you're going to need a good foundation. You're going to need an understanding of some of the things that I've taught on mixed voice on this channel. And even more importantly, you're going to need basic foundational singing techniques. To get a solid foundation for basic singing techniques and to discover what your voice can really do, be sure to join my free singing course linked below. All right, so back to being warmed up and then trying to sing something that's high and getting tired and frustrated and tense. Here is a way to dissect a line that is challenging, particularly when it comes to key, and get it in your voice, learn the feel, learn how that line should feel so that when you go to approach it in the song context, it doesn't trip you up. It doesn't make you feel tense. It doesn't make you feel, oh, what'd I do all that warming up for? I can sing that note in my warm-ups, but I can't sing it in the context of this song. So here's the line we're going to use. The words are, I failed to find my place. I failed to find my place. Our goals are as follows with anything we sing, but with any line we're trying to unpack. We want each note to have its place. We want to feel comfortable approaching each note, and that doesn't just mean hitting the pitch. That means the quality of the note. What resonance are we going to be using? What does our vowel feel like? Where is it placed? What kind of mix are we going to be using in this case? How much power? Are we going to be using grit? What are we going to be delivering? All these things come into play that we have to kind of think through when we're practicing a line or practicing a song so that we can give the best delivery possible. But what ends up happening is we get a line like this, which is a challenging line, and we don't think through or practice through correctly in advance. And then when these high notes come, it doesn't sound as good. And it scares us. That's the main problem. And then we kind of start working against ourselves. So here's how I approach practicing challenging lines like this so I can get them in my voice feel-wise. First, I go for the notes. I just try to hit the pitches, but I completely get rid of words. So we're at C5, D5, B4, G4, down to that E. I'm going to sing that now. And I don't care how I hit it. I'll just hit it in a pure, unsupported head voice. I'm just getting the notes. Now, I want to go the other direction and just think about the words. I failed to find my place. I failed to find my place. And I might play these notes. I failed to find my place. I've separated the words and the pitches. Now I'm going to go back to the pitch, and I'm going to add an intermediate amount of mixed support into that line, but I'm not going to say the words. I'm just going to, like I'm sirening, like I'm warming up. Now, I'm not really thinking about how I'm approaching that mix. I'm not thinking about tone. I'm just hitting the pitches, and I'm making it a little louder because that's my end goal. So now I'm going to incorporate what I call the Little Joe technique. Little Joe is an old Soundgarden song, and I've talked about it before on this channel in the context of mixed voice. I need mixed voice to hit these pitches. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to not worry about pitch, but I'm going to get closer to them, and I'm going to start using the lyrics in rhythm. So what I'm doing is I am separating the need for me to hit the exact pitches, but I'm practicing placing my resonance around the area where I'm going to need exact pitches soon. So that's going to sound like this. Little Joe, run for the border! Save yourself, save your mother and father! That kind of thing. That's the way I'm going to do it. But I failed to find my place. I failed to find my place. I'm just going to say it up there. Getting used to the way the vowels feel in that type of resonance. I failed. I failed. I failed. I failed. Is that how I want failed to sound and feel? That's awfully bright. Maybe I take a different approach to that A. I failed. I failed. Failed. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the way I'm hitting that note, or that's not a note yet, that word, that vowel. I'm going to adjust the way I'm approaching it from a feel perspective. I don't want it to be, dying cat. Instead, I want it to be, a little bit more of the yawn. Watch my video on Brandon Urie if you want more information on that. I failed. I failed. Failed. I failed. As opposed to I failed. Failed. I failed. I might be hitting that C. I'm not sure. Failed. Yeah, I am. But I'm not trying to. I've separated it. I failed to find my place. Notice it's more closed. I failed. I failed to find my place. I failed to find my place. I failed. Now, I know that 2 is higher. It's that D5. I failed to find my place. I failed. I failed to find my place. Things are more closed. I'm using the dropped larynx position. I'm still mixing, but I'm using that yawn feel to try to get that phrase to feel less harsh. And I'm making sure that I'm not tensing up. Now, it's time to go back to pitch using this general feel that I'm happy with in regards to how I'm producing my mix. I failed, but I'm going to get rid of the lyrics. And now go for pitch. I failed. So far what we've been doing is we've been bouncing back and forth between paying attention to words and how those are supposed to feel, and how the general pitch range and resonance is supposed to feel. And we've separated those things. Now we're going to start combining those things and paying extra attention to how vowels feel as we change words over the pitches. By being strategic in how we separate everything, we can pay attention to one thing at a time so that we don't overlook something, find tension when we try to sing a line like this, and then just wonder why we can't do it. We're looking at each aspect of how we approach this line so that if something's off, we know how to dissect it in our mind. And over time, this stuff becomes a lot faster so that you can do this even in a live situation, when you've practiced, of course. I will do it real slow. I failed. No, that's the wrong feel. I failed. I failed too. Now, 2 is higher. Do I want 2 to go into more of a pure head resonance? Failed to. We could do that. I failed to find my place. Or we could not do it. We just have to be intentional about it. I failed to find my place. Now, what I had decided earlier is that I wanted my to be more in the mix of the dying Catville, right? My! Because it's lower, I can be chestier with it. So yawning, I failed to find my, open up on my place, which sets me in a great place to land in that my place. I love that transition. So I'm intentionally being softer and yawnier high on that C and the D, and then opening up for that lower, chestier mix. And finally, we want to focus on our vowels. Here's a great way to do that. I'm going to take all the consonants out. This is a great way to practice getting your vowel placement right. Now, if you've watched my belting video, you know that we want our vowels and our voice to feel forward enough when we're placing those vowels to where it feels like we have this imaginary ball of energy in the front of our mouth. Watch my video on belting because I explain that in more detail. But doing this, removing the consonants, means that the air does not have to stop. So I'm free to form my vowels and maintain that ball of energy in the front of my mouth without having the sound stop. It allows me to drill down and focus on that. Different areas of accuracy: pitch accuracy, vowel placement accuracy, resonance accuracy. All these things we're being very intentional about because we're building within the line. sing that in better chest resonance there. So there is a quick demonstration of how that would look as I'm practicing in real time, bouncing through those different priorities and experimenting with how my voice feels. You can hear me doing all sorts of things in terms of how I'm using my mix, how I'm placing my resonance, how I'm using vowels and getting the consonants out of the way. All those things help me build to an intentional, well-massaged, and interesting and confident line in the end. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I practice this. I hope this helps you. Leave your comments below. Be sure to join my free vocal course if you want more help dialing in your own voice. And we'll see you for more.